Hi guys, this will be my reporting in CCNA named VLAN configuration. So let's start. So as you can see on the right side of the screen, there are the objectives or these steps on how to achieve or get the 100% completion out of this activity. So for the objectives, we have part 1, verify the VLAN configuration. Part 2 is configure VLANs. Part 3 is assign VLANs to ports. So VLANs are helpful in administration of logical groups, allowing members of the group to be easily moved, changed, or added. This activity focuses on creating and naming VLANs and assigning access ports to specific VLANs. So on step 1, or part 1, view the default VLAN configuration, and step 1 is display the current VLAN. So I'm still showing you the objectives, of course, for you to be able to read it carefully, but you can read it on the activity. We'll go to switch 1, then enable, then show VLAN brief. So this command shows all the ports that are inside of the network or topology. As you can see, there are all the ports that are assigned to VLAN 1. So from VLAN 7 to VLAN 6. So go to switch 2 and do the same. Type enable, then show VLAN brief. So this command will show all the active ports that are assigned to VLAN 1. Then to switch 3. So this will be step 1, or this will be the displaying of current VLANs. Step 2 is verify connectivity between PCs on the same network, as you can see on the screen. So PC1 can ping PC4, PC2 can ping PC5, and PC3 can ping PC6. Notice that each PC can ping the other PCs that share the same subnet. So let's try. So I will be highlighting the end devices who are assigned to the same VLAN. Like VLAN 1 and VLAN 4 are assigned to VLAN 10. I mean, PC1 is assigned to VLAN 10 and PC4 is also assigned to VLAN 10. Same goes to PC2 that is assigned to VLAN 20, and PC5 is also assigned to VLAN 20, PC3 to VLAN 30, and PC6 also assigned to VLAN 30. So I have somewhat highlighted all the end devices that are assigned to their respective VLAN or have the same VLAN. But you can also choose your colors. So go to the IP configurations of PC4, copy the IP address of that and device, then go to the command prompt of PC1, then type ping and the IP address of PC4. So let's see if they can ping each other. So we got a reply. That was successful. So let's try the PC2 to PC4 for completion purposes, and so on and so forth. Copy the IP address of PC5 to PC2. Then we got a reply. Then do the same thing to PC3 and PC6. Go to the IP address of PC6, copy it, open PC3 or the command prompt of PC3, then try if you can ping it. So there are certain benefits of what a VLAN provides to a network. So I will give you an example. So there are security, higher performance, cost reduction, and other methods than from other methods. Sorry, and etc. So I have given you one, two, three um reasons or benefits of using this um configuration. So go to S1, then enable, then configure terminal, then hit enter. So VLAN 10, then you will give it the name. VLAN 10 is named faculty and staff. So this will be the party guide for configuring the VLANs. Create and name VLANs on S1. Create the following VLAN names. Our names are case sensitive and must match the required exactly. So VLAN 10 is assigned or will be named faculty and staff. VLAN 20 will be students. VLAN 30 will be guest. VLAN 99 will be management and native, and VLAN 150 will be voice. So you will go to switch 1, then you will type all these commands. So enable, then configure terminal, then type VLAN 10, hit enter, and then name, space, faculty, and staff. Remember that this will be case sensitive, so always follow what is on the steps that are assigned within the activity. And if you're done, hit Ctrl Z to save all the configurations that you have done on S1 or pitch 1. Then do the same thing or do it to S2. open S3, then do the same thing again. So type the command enable, then show VLAN brief on S1. See if your configurations have been saved or has been saved. I'm sorry. Then as you can see, we have assigned the names according to the steps that are given within this activity. So go in S2 and do the same thing. So VLAN 10 will be faculty and staff, VLAN 20 will be students, VLAN 30 will be guests, open close parentheses, default, VLAN 99 will be management and native, and VLAN 150 will be voice, all caps. Then if you're done with naming your VLANs or ports, then you proceed to step 2, which is verifying the VLAN configuration. So the command that you will use will be show VLAN brief. So it will display all the active ports from all different VLANs within that switch. So I have already typed the names for the individual VLANs, so you just can copy and paste it when you're doing this activity. So step 4 will be assigning VLANs to active ports in S2. So enable. So S3 uses the same VLAN access ports assignment as S2. Configure the interfaces as access ports and assign the VLANs as follows. VLAN 10 will be assigned to fast Ethernet 0/1. VLAN 20 will be assigned to fast Ethernet 0/18, and VLAN 30 will be assigned to fast Ethernet 0/6. So as you can see on my notepad, I have already copy and pasted the commands that I will be using within this activity. So you can do it too for faster and reliable processes, since I tend to mistype words, and always remember that CCNA or this software is case sensitive. So copy switch interface fast Ethernet 0/18, then switch port mode access, then switch port access VLAN 20. So we are now configuring the interfaces as access ports and assign the VLANs as follows. So the following commands are or can be seen from this activity. So make sure you follow up. Then the remaining VLANs will be assigned to its appropriate ports. So VLAN 10 will be again connected to fast Ethernet 0/11, then VLAN 20 will be assigned to fast Ethernet 0/18, and VLAN 30 will be assigned to fast Ethernet 6. This is a very rigorous or time-consuming activity, so please be sure to lengthen your patience. Then do the same thing to S3, as S2 and S3 all have the same end devices and ports as well. As you can see on the Pocket Tracer screen, which I have highlighted by the way earlier on the video. So when able, then configure terminal, or you can use the shortcut conft, that conf space t. Then type interface fast Ethernet 11, then switch port access VLAN 10. I'm sorry, switch port mode access, and then switch port access VLAN 10. Then assign the remaining VLAN to its appropriate port. Just do the same thing we did on X. Always remember to be case sensitive about typing the command, as it will cause errors when doing, then you will have to do the same activity all over again. And we don't want to do that or that to happen. Then Control V to save the configurations you have made. And as you can see, you have completed on configuring the switch 3 or S. So step 3 is assigning the voice VLAN to fast Ethernet 0/11 on S3. As shown in the topology, fast Ethernet 0/11 on S3 interface connects to a Cisco IP phone and PC4. The IP phone contains an integrated 3-port 10/11 switch. One port on the phone is labeled switch and connects to fast Ethernet 0/4. Another port on the phone is labeled PC and connects to PC4. The IP phone also has an internal port that connects to the IP phone function. That's why we have to assign the voice VLAN or the VLAN 150 to PC4 on S3, as it uses the IP phone or Cisco IP phone here. So the commands will be the same as the other VLANs, but not I'm sorry, not the same, but more complicated than the other configurations we have made. So on S3, you will type interface Fast Ethernet 0/11, so that is the line that is being connected to the IP phone to PC4. Then hit enter, then type MLS cos trust cos QUS trust COS. So the meaning of COS is class of service. Then we're almost done with this activity. So step 4 will be verifying the loss of connectivity. Previously, PCs that share the same network could ping each other successfully. So now let's try to do the same thing as earlier in this video where we can ping PC1 to PC4 successfully, PC2 to PC5, PC3 to PC6. So study the output from the following commands and ask to answer the following questions based on your knowledge of communication between VLANs. Pay close attention to the Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 port assignment. So in S2, we will enter the show VLAN brief for the command which shows all the active ports and non-active ports that are assigned or within that switch. So as you can see, we have successfully configured VLAN 10 faculty and staff, named faculty and staff, VLAN 20 named students, VLAN 30 guest, VLAN 99 management and native, and VLAN 150 voice. But VLAN 150 is just a configuration within S3 as S3 uses an Cisco IP phone and its topology, or network to be exact. So as you can see, voice has been successfully assigned to Fast Ethernet 0/11 on S3. Then we're almost done. So now we will try to ping PC1 to PC4. If it's successful, go to PC4 IP configurations and copy the end devices IP address. Then go to PC1 command prompt, then type ping, then the IP address of PC4 that we have copied earlier. So this will be the same process as we did earlier in the video, or on step 1, which we tried to ping PC1 to PC4 on the same VLAN. So the captions that you have seen below the IP addresses are now been successfully assigned to each PC, because earlier in the video these ports or end devices were all assigned to the same VLAN, VLAN 1. So we have successfully configured all the VLANs that are within this topology from different end devices that are highlighted